Wow, we back. Live out your dreams. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And today I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. I'm hearing so much BS that's going on with the media narrative. So I'm gonna go ahead and speak on it. This is the 2009 draft class, and this is why Steph Curry career fame importance has been better than LeBron James. Whatever the LeBron James, whatever y'all call it. This is why Steph Curry is a more better player, not just better player, but more impactful player, and why his career is better than LeBron James' career. And this is why he's better than LeBron James. Not in my opinion. This is just all facts. Okay. I'm gonna just start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. 2009 draft.
The Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry from
Boom. 2009 draft. The Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry. Okay, boom. Now, this is how the NBA goes. Usually a superstar player gets drafted to a BS team, and over time, he builds that BS team into a contender, into a champion, into an NBA somebody. Right, and they win a championship with the team that drafted him. So boom, you get extra points for getting them. You don't get extra points. You just, if you got drafted to the team and you took that team to a championship and won a championship, that's how it goes. I mean, that's how it always went until LeBron James decided to leave Cleveland because he couldn't win in Cleveland. He had to go join somebody that was in his same draft class in Dwayne Wade, and not just only join him, also bring along a Chris Bosh, who is also one of the best players in the NBA, especially at his position. And they wanted to bring in Carmelo Anthony, but Carmelo said, I'm going to get paid. Forget all that. I'm going to get paid. Understandably. So LeBron can't win in Cleveland, and he goes to somebody in his own draft class that's really better than him. Dwayne Wade had already won a championship and finals MVP before LeBron even got there. Had an older Shaq, but he still was the main guy. Go ask Gary Payton. So Miami, everybody has done it. I'm telling you, go look at the history books. I'm gonna just go until Magic and them came into the league. Magic got drafted to the Lakers. They won automatically because they had Kareem. Boom. Who else? Bird. He got drafted to the Celtics. They won the championship. Okay, boom. Isaiah Thomas drafted to the Pistons. Won championship with the Pistons. All right, boom. Okay, now we're in the 90s. Bulls, Michael Jordan got drafted to the Bulls, won a championship with the Bulls. Boom. 94, 95. Akeem Olajuwon got drafted to the Rockets. 10 years later, boom, bam. They win a championship. They win them 2 championships. Okay, Jordan back in the league, 96, 97, 98. Still, same team with the Bulls. They won a championship. Okay, 99. David Robinson gets Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan carries them to a championship. Boom. Okay, boom. Now we get to the Lakers. And by this time, Shaq has came over there in free agency. But don't get it twisted. Kobe is still right there. Ain't no 1A, 1B. Kobe is right there with him. It's just they were going through Shaq. But Kobe is right there. Don't get it twisted. And when when Shaq fouled out in game 4 of the Pacers, who came and saved the day? Let's not forget that. As a matter of fact, let's go look that up. Since I'm, you know what I'm saying? This is their first championship. It's the finals. Game 4. Buddy fouled out. Shaq fouls out. I don't want to go to all these long clips or whatever, but Shaq fouled out this game. And Kobe came and did, and you know what I'm saying, did what he had to do. I will show y'all the clips, but we ain't even talking about that. And so Kobe got drafted to the Lakers. They built themselves up championship. Okay, boom. They won 3 championships in a row. Now the Pistons was sort of an oddity or whatever, because they had a lot of misfits and mishaps come together. Like Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, You know what I'm saying? So they had a lot of stuff come together with a great coach in Larry Brown. They won a championship. So boom, that was different. But they all had a lot of scrap players they put together and formed a good team and handled their business. Boom, cool. Okay, 2005, back to the Spurs. Same team that drafted them. Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. These people all got drafted there. Okay, right? Boom. 06. I think that's the Spurs again or whatever. All right, 07. Spurs again or whatever. Who won in 06? 2006. Oh, that's the Heat. Yeah, that's the Heat. That's when D Wade was. Yeah. That's when D Wade won. That's when D Wade and them did their thing. Stop playing. 7 was the Spurs. D Wade got drafted to Miami. Went to Miami. Okay, boom. 08 was the Celtics. But people like to say this. Okay, boom. People like to say this. Paul Pierce was drafted there. Okay, boom. They wasn't winning. But 13 years later from his draft class, Kevin Garnett get traded over there. And then they pick up Ray Allen. This is 13 years later and 12 years later. So these niggas really old heads now, but they ain't old, but they old heads. Ray Allen old, he's like 33, 34. KG about 31, 32. And Paul Pierce been in the league 10 years by this time. So it ain't like the LeBron situation where LeBron was in his prime at like 25, you know what I'm saying? And with the same draft class and then went to Miami. So that's different. But however, they won a championship, cool, bam. Next year, Kobe, he done made himself even better guy. Who they got? Andrew Bynum now, whatever. Andrew Bynum, Paul Gasol, Lamar Odom. Won the championship the next couple years, boom. And then coming 2011, that's when LeBron put his team together to go to the NBA Finals, right? The decision, LeBron decision. Yeah, I remember this. The LeBron decision. Okay, boom. They go to Miami. Boom. They play the Mavericks in the first round. And LeBron just with the bed, didn't do nothing. Do y'all remember this? Do I have to bring up the stats? I don't really want to bring up the stats, but if I have to, I will. Do you remember game 4? LeBron scored 8 points. LeBron wet the bed. He boo-booed on himself. So now he lost 2 finals in a row, whatever. And now he got D Wade on the team, Chris Bosh on the team, and Dirk Nowitzki with the same team that drafted him, with Jason Kidd. And who else? JJ Barrera, Deshaun Stevenson, Sean Murray, and Tyson Chandler. Them guys, they beat that team. Dirk Nowitzki, though. I know y'all remember this. LeBron and them laughing at him and stuff. He coughing and stuff. Y'all remember LeBron acting like that, coughing and stuff? I remember him and D Wade doing this.
Dirk had quiet confidence. He would say it to us. He just didn't feel like he needed to say it to the world. He would say certain little things. I'd be like, oh, I didn't know he was like that. Some guys like got to get out there and they got to beat their chest and tell you, yeah, I'm KG had to announce. And that's no disrespect. Dirk didn't feel that way, but he would say something behind the scenes that was different. Like he'd just be like, we taking on the big 3. He's like, they ain't no real big 3. If they really want to create a big 3, they would have came and got me. Dead serious.
Respectfully.
Dirk had quiet confidence. He would say it to us.
I know y'all remember this. Oh, there you go. Dirk was sick at the time. Look. They up 2-1 at this time, too. They up 2-1. So LeBron walking behind the leader, D Wade.
Oh, did y'all hear me cough? Think I'm sick. Hey.
It's weather, man.
Weather is
It's
crazy.
hard to go from 85-degree weather and then go to 90. This is what
Oh, did y'all hear me call?
That's what they was on. Cool. It's all good. We ain't tripping. Yeah. We're gonna go through all this because I'm gonna show y'all why Steph.
series. Y'all better.
They wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
They had better individual
We
players.
got
They wasn't even better.
Shit, well, you look at that, might well go and poke me a little bit.
I mean, the honest, we got outplayed and we got outcoached.
Mm.
And if you go back and ask the players, you go back and ask Spo, he got the coaching staff got outcoached, and the players got outplayed when it came down to winning.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't close out games.
You know why?
Right? We had
one game you had a 16-point lead.
game two
Game
at
two.
home. We are 15.
Yeah.
You don't lose that. We don't close our games, but that's bad. That's players and that's coaches, right? And so
Players.
we got out coached by Rick Carlisle and his staff, and we got outplayed by Dirk and Jason Terry and that J Kid, but that little JJ Barrett.
Tom Stevenson.
Nobody give him credit.
Yeah,
JJ
he
Barrett
get
was the one who
credit.
changed the. We didn't have no answer for him. Dirk, you know what you gonna do. Let's just make his shots tough, make it hard on him. He try to make him not shoot 50%, make him have an off night, but he's still gonna get 20. Jason Terry going right, you can't stop him. Right? We know all these things. But no one planned for little JJ to come off the bench and do what he did.
Right.
And I look at it and I say not from an MVP as an award, but from an MVP as a player who really helped push that series over, I give it to JJ because we didn't have no answer for him.
He's shitting on LeBron.
And so we, as a team, like obviously LeBron struggled. We talk about the average 17 points a game.
Yeah.
Players.
So right then and there, you are disqualified from all GOAT talks if you average 17 points in the finals series. You're disqualified from being the number one scorer of all time if you average 17 points in the NBA finals. And some of those points were lackluster points because the game was already over. You just doing your points just to get some points. And you scored 8 points in game 4. So you're disqualified from anything GOAT talk.
Struggle.
Right.
And what sucked about it is because of everything that was talked about and all this. But at the end of the day, me as a leader, Spo as a head coach, we got to do a better job to make sure that he's not struggling.
Right.
How we get
Exactly. You're not the leader on your own team. So exactly, he's never been a leader of his own team. I promise you. I promise you, he's never been a leader of his own team.
him the ball in certain places to make it easier for him.
Right.
Because as a player, all you need is one thing to go your way and then turn everything around.
Right.
We didn't do enough of that for a guy who was struggling. For whatever the reason is, we all have had our struggles.
Right.
And so
not in the finals.
as a leader,
you might struggle for a game. You still gonna get 20 points. You might struggle for a game. You ain't gonna struggle the whole time.
Myself, I was like, you didn't do enough, D. Like, and you will see a clip where I'm cursing Brian out. I'm in his ear. I'm talking to him. But that probably wasn't the way I should have done it. Or maybe I should have done something else.
Right. So that's what I said. They lost that series. So really disqualified. But around this time, Steph came in the league in 2009, built himself up. Y'all remember this Steph versus the Clippers series on his way up? This is on the come up. I was watching this game. Y'all remember he went to the Madison Square Garden? With the same team, dog. Steph went off in this game. I think this was like a year before they won. This when he was coming into it. This babyface assassin. Yeah, this was a babyface assassin. This is like 2 years before. This babyface assassin when Steph was going off. Same team. Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. With the same team. Mark Jackson and them. Showed them Mark Jackson. This remember all this? Mark Jackson says Steph and Claire is the best shooting backcourt of all time. People thought he was crazy. People thought he was crazy. People went on the interview like, what is he talking about?
Explore handpicked hotels through the edit and unlock upgraded.
Mark Jackson really unleashed these two, bro. Mark my word.
in April, you said you thought your two guys were the best, potentially the best shooting backcourt of all time. Is that still how you feel?
I didn't say that. I said they are the greatest shooting backcourt that's ever played this game. I don't think it's a debate.
January 21st,
They are
14.
two incredible shooters.
People thought he was crazy.
And we have not seen a tandem as deadly as those two guys as far as shooting the basketball. So take out potential and call my bluff.
Right. People thought he was crazy. This boy really unleashed. This really unleashed them boys. You know what I'm saying? Mark Jackson. Now, of course, they got rid of him. He had some stuff going on with the owners and stuff, the LGBTQ community or whatever. But we ain't even gonna talk about that. But that's who unleashed them, bro. And around this time, LeBron won his first championship against the Thunder. But because they lost game one. Shout out to Russell Westbrook, played his heart out this year. James Harden folded like he always folded. They lost game one. They about to lose game two. LeBron fouled KD, but they didn't want to give him the call. And then they lost their game. And then after that, the referees took over and they won. They won a championship. Congratulations. They won a championship. They won another one against the Spurs. And it's all coming to a head. Like they won another one against the Spurs. So they won 2 championships in a row. But the last year, so they 2 for 2 in Miami. Like they won 2 and they lost 2. They lost the first one and they lost the last one. And the last one, this is where Kawhi Leonard come in. 2014 NBA Finals. This is where Kawhi Leonard come in, because this is where he made his name for shutting up LeBron James, making him just nothing. Who is this guy? And then they destroyed these guys too, bro. Like it was a gentleman's sweep, but they destroyed these guys by like 30 points and stuff, bro. They beat them tremendously. LeBron had to leave his team that drafted him to go team up with a better player than him at his own draft class and get another player at all these picks, bro, top 5 picks, 3 of the top 5 picks of the 03 draft class, one of the greatest draft classes of all time, supposedly. So LeBron had to do all this just to win his chips. Okay, boom. He lost the last one. They got shitted on. Like for real. No cap. Locks down LeBron. Game 5. This the closing. You know what I'm saying? This the closing.
Just to get
They
in
trying
there.
to stay in the thing. This is a young Kawhi. This is where Kawhi made his name at. And then Kawhi was a defensive player. He just kept getting better and better every year. But by the time he left San Antonio, the boy was, he almost looked like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant.
Allen with the deflection. Bosh finds
That's all LeBron James is, a fast break player.
Reasons, but I think this is going to allow Chalmers to play better as James draws an early foul against Kawhi Leonard.
Wade, the floater. James on the follow. Now 0 for 6.
What you got going on?
James for 3. To Ray Allen.
You got to
James down the lane, running layup, and a foul. 4 to shoot.
What you think?
James from way downtown. Got it to go. Here in the first quarter.
Yeah, like I said, y'all see LeBron, didn't
James backs in Leonard with the help defense, and they call the foul on Ginobili.
I know what's going on. But it's all coming to a head with Curry, because Curry and them keep getting better with the same team that drafted them. And this is when it get real. '15 draft. LeBron went back home, teamed up with Kyrie, traded the #1 pick, which was Andrew Wiggins, traded him for K-Love for half another big 3, get J.R. Smith for free, get Amon Shumpert for free, get Kyle Korver all for free. These are like free trades. I don't know how he got them, but he got them. And Now we looking at that final. And same team that drafted Curry. It's the same team that got there. They got that drafted with Draymond Green. All these teams built up their team through the draft. LeBron's the only one not to do that. And that's what makes up his legacy. Because he never did it. And that was 2015. Okay, in 2016, Kyrie's healthy again. So they can come back and win. Because Kyrie healthy. They still were down 3-1. They suspended Draymond game 5, so it gave him a little advantage. But Kyrie's healthy, that's why they won. And next year, KD come over there. And you know that LeBron can't do nothing with KD. KD's murdered them, both of them finals. And then after that, after he couldn't do nothing with KD, he leave, go to LA, trade their whole franchise off, got rid of 3 or 4 coaches. And now they're in the situation they in now. But Steph, meanwhile, has won with KD, without KD, and he got 4 chips. LeBron got 3. You can't count the bubble championship because we don't count those. You got to play 82 games. You got to play road games. And this is why Steph Curry career is better than LeBron's career. More rings than LeBron, more exceptional than LeBron, and more influential, impactful outlet than LeBron. And go ask, what's his record against LeBron in the finals? Go ask Steph, what's his record against LeBron in the finals? And go ask LeBron, what's his record against Steph in the finals? And you'll see. And that was the last time LeBron was relevant was the bubble championship, which they made up and gave it like an AAU tournament. But Steph is won with or without, with the same team that drafted him, same players that came from the draft. No trades, no nothing. Just the same people he got, same people he went with. But that's really my main reasons why Curry is more impactful than LeBron, and it's disrespectful for y'all to put LeBron above Kobe, and it's really disrespectful to put LeBron above Curry. And which era is LeBron's era? Because if you put him in the last era, he wasn't better than Kobe. And if you try to put him in this era, he wasn't better than Curry. So LeBron was never the best player at any time. At any time. But if you want to look into the stats and say he got the most whoop-de-whoop with all the whoop-de-whoops, you can believe the stats lie. The W's don't lie, and watching the film, watching the games don't lie. But y'all look into it how y'all want to, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I broke it down from A to Z, from the beginning to the end. And Steph Curry is still on the team that drafted him. That means something, guys. Dirk Nowitzki, Kobe Bryant, it means something. You're still on the same team that drafted and win the championship with that team. But y'all know what it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all live out y'all dream, and y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.